Hi there. We're going to take a look at the GPS Nixie clock. I currently have it powered down and I've disconnected the GPS antenna so that we'll get a few seconds of not having a GPS signal to show that behavior. So it runs off of a 5-volt, just a regular USB, and I've got a battery pack here that provides kind of very stable power. So let's plug in, and it's just going to boot up the FPGA program before we get any display, and we can see it starts right before midnight because that's the time that the GPS module gives us. We can also see the blue light is on. That indicates that this is not guaranteed to be the correct time, and in this case I can tell you that is definitely not the correct time. That light indicates whether or not we currently have a good GPS signal. So obviously we want a good GPS signal, so in order to get that I'm going to plug in the antenna very carefully. There we go. And I'm going to open the curtain because that tends to really help it out. Yeah, come on, baby. So what should happen is it should get the time, and then once it's got the time, after a couple more seconds it'll say, okay, I have a time and it's a good signal. Come on, baby. You can do it. I have faith. There we go. Okay, so it's now reporting that it is, 16:53, and this is likely the correct time, but it's not entirely happy with that signal yet, which is why that blue light is still on. But after a couple of seconds that should turn off because the GPS module has decided it's happy with the signal it has. While we wait for that, I'll just show you that this is correct. This online thing is like a fourth stratum. There, blue light is off. Time source. So I expect that this is the more accurate, and we're talking, of course, by about half a second difference between what I'm seeing on the phone and what we get there. And since this is much more direct, GPS is considered a stratum 1 time source by NTP. I'm going to go with this thing is the correct time. But it's in UTC. So we happen to be at -4 here, so it should be almost 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm seeing 2:52 on my stove, so my stove is wrong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 half-hour increments, and now we're seeing that it's 2, 54, 11, so on and so forth. And we can also, increment, and we can increment infinitely. So I can just kind of keep going there. And this will loop around all you want, and it behaves correctly. But let's put it back to the correct time, which in 24-hour mode will be 14:54:37. There we go. The one other feature that we have is that we can do 12 or 24-hour. So now we're in 12-hour mode. In 12-hour mode, we will elide the first digit if it's 0, and we use the decimal point to indicate whether it is AM or PM. So in this case, it's 2:55 p.m. So we've got the decimal on that last one. So this tube is actually, the tube is on, but the digit is off. We will actually turn the tube off entirely if there's no digits, which is apparently good for our lifespan. So what we're going to do is I'll just show you going into AM. Okay, now we're in AM, and we can see that digit can turn on. So that is good, and that will only ever show a 0, a 1, or a 2, and of course 0 would only show in 24-hour mode. So, and that's the clock. It doesn't do a lot, but what it does do, it does very well. So I hope you enjoyed my slightly ridiculous GPS Nixie clock with a $350 FPGA board in it. Have a good day.